Hello and welcome to episode 105 of the GoTechnology hub2 video tutorial series. In this episode we are going to be loading data at level E. You might wonder why we're not loading data at level D, but it's because there isn't any data stored at level D. So we can go down to straight down to level E. And level E is the scope of work or execution level. It's where you're putting in the actual work that's being executed. So there's a lot of information stored at level E. And if we want to find out what that information is, we can go and have a look at the data dictionary. So we can just go into the release notes site and open up that data dictionary there, which is an Excel file. And we can filter that down just to the information that is at a level E. So we just click Enable Editing, and we'll change that over to level E. So you can see here we've got quite a lot of different stuff that's in there. And we'll just zoom out so that we can see it a little bit better. So we've got work packs, job cards, punch lists, tag ITRs, etc., etc. So all the kind of execution stuff that's in there, and we've got the description there as well. For the purposes of this, though, so the video is not ridiculously long, we're just going to put a couple of things in there. Just enough to get some of these graphs and charts up here showing. So what we'll do is we'll add some ITRs and we'll add some handovers. So you can just import them using the old imports exports in here, and if you want to get the templates for that, you can just go into the import section and download the blank templates. But because I'm only going to do a couple, I'll just do it through the screen. It's sometimes a little bit easier to follow along. So we will go with, let's try this one here, and we'll just choose something that is electrical. There we go. And we've got the test reference field in here as well. So that's one of the identifying fields for the tag ITR. And that is kind of used as if you wanted to have two E13As there, perhaps because you were doing one of them in one location and one in another. It was a retest that you were doing after something had gone through transit. You could put, for example, offshore in there or whatever you wanted to put in there. So that's that there. And what we'll do is we'll just save that. So there we go. We've got one in there. That's all we really wanted to do, was just to raise an ITR, and we'll go ahead and we will raise another one. We'll put this one. We don't want all of them to be against junction boxes. We'll put this one against a badge reader, and we are going to class this as an electric here, even though it's actually a badge reader. So what we'll do now, we've done that, is we can actually raise some handovers too. But before we do that, let's actually have a look at the dashboard so you can see, look, we've got some ITRs showing up. One of them's an MC and one of them's a PC, and the total is 2. So awesome, that's great, right? So yeah, now let's raise some handovers. Let's see if we go into the ITRs themselves, because we're going to want to see which subsystem that was in. So it's AL 045501, that's good. And if we have a look at the other one, which is this one here, also in 501, that's excellent. And we'll go and raise, we've got it set up so the MC DAC is the one which shows up on the front screen. So we'll just go raise MC DAC. And once we've clicked the raise MC DAC, then you can see here what's coming up is the highlight of, well, which ones can you raise? So this is all the subsystems, and then the disciplines against them. So we'll go with raising that one right there. And you can do raise all if you wanted to, and you can do raise all from search. So for example, you were like, I'm ready to raise everything, every electrical one. You could do it like that, search on it, and then just click raise all from search, and suddenly you've got all of these in there. What we'll actually do is, why don't we raise all of the ones for the AL045501. So just click that and search, and we'll go, so that's, we can see that one's there already, which has got 1 against it. And if we just go raise all from search, 18 handovers raised. So now they're all set, so that, hey, do you want to delete them? And if we go back, actually, before we go back, what we'll do is we'll put in the planned start and finish dates so that we can get those charts shown at the front. Because if we were to go back now, I'll just show you what I was going to do and why it wouldn't have given us what we wanted. So we need to, for these to show up, we need to have planned finish date at least for the handover to show up on Skyline, or if we want on the plan versus actual, then we'll need the start and the finish date set. So let's just do that now. And what we'll say is that the planned start date is on Monday, and then the planned finish date is, we'll go a week later. And you can add walk downs and things here, but for this series of videos, I'm really just trying to show you the absolute most basics, just to try and get things up and running. So we'll go into more detail in later videos, but if we just raise that now. Now, it usually will take a minute for it actually to show up on the home screen. This is just because of the way that we do the charts. We use a technique called caching, which means that you're not constantly refreshing things which don't change very often. So it will take a few minutes for it to update normally, but I'll just manually refresh that so that it does come through. So if I just refresh it now, there we go. We can see that we've got 0 and 1, and at 0% complete, and there should be 1. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, didn't he raise 2 ITRs? And you're right, I did. But you've got to remember that for our project, the MC DAC is set up to only take what's in the first gate, which is MC. So if we go and have a look, down here, and we can see MC DAC, the handover gate's handover gate 1. So where does that match to again? That's right, it is the ITR classes. So handover gate 1 there. We go into ITR classes, we go MC. So any ITR which is of type MC is going to be linked to handover gate 1. And if we go and have a look at the ITRs, well, you can see it from here, in fact, because yeah, it says MC and PC. So only the MC will show up here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That was a nice short video. So in future we'll be going in more depth, but hopefully that's given you enough of the basics to get those get populating. Thanks very much.